All right, good morning, everybody. Today's adventure in old rusty junk is we're gonna get this seal out of the window channel of that thing, and then I'll get the rust off of these door panels so that they're ready to put back on. And then we're gonna jump into more rusty junk and tackle this rear end and axles and hubs and all that garbage. It's got to be rebuilt. You know, it's like when you do one of these projects, they don't tell you how many pieces of the truck actually you can take apart. And it turns out you can take all of it apart. So we'll do that and keep you posted, and we'll have a interesting day. Well, I guess I got that done. The thing about running the grinder, I've been trying to think of a good analogy. I think it's like cleaning smelt when you're a kid. The first 5 minutes is fun, but then the next 1,000 of them really stink. And that's kind of like removing rust with the grinder. It's like it's cool to see it come off at first, but then when you've done a whole truck, you're really sick of it. It's like painting, like house painting or something. This is gross. By the time you're done with it, you hate it. Anyway, we're getting done. All right. Well, removing the rear axle should be a piece of cake. Since I've got most of the steps that they tell you to do in the instructions done, we're starting with that. So we're gonna pull this up. I did some research yesterday. These gears in these were 411s, and they make a replacement piece for the some of the guts on the rear end there that take that out to a 355 so that you can get a little bit better cruising and drop your RPMs a little bit when you get this thing restored. So I'm probably going to do that, since this has got so many miles on it. Those gears probably need to be replaced anyway. So that just seems like a pretty good upgrade that will save me a little bit of frustration later on, because instead of hot rodding this, I am going to put performance parts in it that would have been available at the time. So I'm not redoing the rear end. I'm not going to have a different torque tube and drive shaft in it. It's going to be the stock stuff. But I can change those gearings out a little bit and make it a little bit more drivable. So that's what we'll do there, and we'll call that good. All right, so step one is turn the assembly so that screw is accessible. And looking in here, I'd forgotten what this looked like last time I tore it apart or got that inspection plate off, but it doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape. But I still think that the upgrade is going to be worth it as I decide to get this thing, or as I get closer to getting it put back together. I do want to also get the rust off this today and grind it and do all that crap to it so that I can get some protector on it. All right, so torque tube is disassembled. Propeller shaft is what they call that. To take it apart further is where you have to drill out that pin. I think based on what I'm looking at, it looks like that has been drilled before and removed, but I don't know. These bearings have to get replaced. There's quite a bit of play, so there's going to need to be some of that end stuff removed and replaced on there. Those shims, it's not supposed to have more than X number of shims on it. So I'm gonna get this power washed and cleaned up and out of there, and we're gonna go from there, and we're gonna coat it and get it looking nice and call it good. Okay, so I was supposed to be able to drill out this rivet and drive it through, but I think it had been drilled before, so I didn't have to drill. I just started to slowly tap it out of there, sort of lightly. It's longer than I think it's going to be. I don't have it punched that long. So we'll go Primitive Pete here. Do you remember the Primitive Pete videos from when we were in school? There. That is one propeller shaft rivet, and now in theory I'd just be able to pull this out like that. And the torque tube is disassembled and ready for whatever's next, which is rebuilding of that. So not as hard as it looked. These shims need to be monitored. That bearing that comes apart. Of course, when I pulled that out of there, all the ball bearings that were in it flew across the shop. So we'll be finding more of those. A couple of other things that come apart in here. Some crime and crud. We'll get it cleaned up and see what we're dealing with and replace some of these, and that'll be good. So we're gonna clean that up and get it ready to get a coat of something on it to keep it from getting further rusty. It'll make it look like the frame of that truck. So we'll do that and call it good. Well, I got that power washed. Now I'm gonna real quick hit it with the wire brushes and get as much of the rust as I can off and on, and then get some of that paint on it, that master coat rust encapsulator, and that'll be that silver color, and then I'll order some more of the black to put on it when I'm done. But that'll be the final part of that, and then all the undercarriage will be painted and treated as good as I want to do it. So that's what we're doing today. Finish that up and be done with it. All right, well, it's cleaned up as good as I'm gonna get it. Gonna slap a little of that undercoat on it, and we're gonna call it good. Should be, I'm gonna tape up some of the holes and some of that stuff before I do it, but it's gonna come out nice. All right, well, that's how the weekend shaped up. Got that project done. I'm happy to have it done, or at least started. Look at there. I got the torque tube out of it. It's over there in the corner. All the pieces from the rear end of that thing are over here now. Ready to be cleaned up and washed, and I am going to replace that unit, like I said, for about 500 bucks. They sell one on the internet that will be quite a bit of a change up for me as far as gear wise, so we're going to do that at some point. We'll get that black just like the frame, and then, you know, probably the next step is put it back together, start thinking about springs, brakes, and getting it so that it rolls. And I guess then the fenders, I can get serious about where I'm going to be doing with the fenders and the cab, getting that blasted and primed, and then figure out the body work and see how long that all is going to take. Anyway, that's what we did this weekend. It's a long weekend. It's Memorial Day, so special thanks to the brave Americans who over the decades have given their lives in the service of this country in the military. It's an important holiday, and we should remember those folks. So, talk to you later.